Only 1 in 3 teenagers think that the Bible is accurate. Less than half would say that their faith is very important to them. Wow! This is not what I want for my kids. When I read these statistics, I go, is there something that I can do that would make a difference for my kids? Well, according to George Barna, founder of the Barna Research Group, the answer is a resounding yes. George Barna interviewed young adults across the nation who, quote, make their faith in God and their relationship with Him their highest priority in life and proceed to live as intentional and devoted servants. And he asked them, what did your parents do? And then, if they gave him permission, he went to the parents and said, what did you do? And interestingly enough, there were commonalities among all these families. All these revolutionary parenting families did very similar things. Even more interesting, 100% of that group agreed. Who could think about 100% of a group agreeing on something? This must be important. 100% of that group of parents agreed that, quote, the most important focus of their children's training was the development of godly character. Not development of the child's brain, not making sure they had good behavior, but actually their internal character. I found that fascinating. Now, this book was super helpful for me. It gave me an opportunity. The book didn't go in depth on any particular topic, how to discipline, how to this, how to that, but it gives a really great overview on parenting. This is what it takes to be successful as a parent in our day and age. One of the big takeaways for me was the difference between quality time and quantity time. Now, our culture says quality, quality, quality. Make those memories with your kids. That's all it takes. The research shows something different. The average American parent spends about 15 minutes a day with their kids. The revolutionary parents, or the ones who have this sample that had successfully raised godly children, the revolutionary parents spend 90 to 120 minutes a day with their children in conversation. Wow, because that's what it takes to really get those values and those principles and those characters inside the kids' hearts and develop the trust of the relationship with them so that they will come to you when they get stuck later in life. I certainly, when I read this book, was not spending 90 to 120 minutes a day with my children in conversation. But after reading this book, the thing I love about books is they not only present the ideals, but they also release a grace in my life to actually do what they're talking about. So no, I'm probably not up to that 90 and 120 minutes a day yet. But I am up a lot higher than I was with my kids. And I'm grateful for that wisdom. Even tonight, getting to not do this video at the time that I wanted to, but, go have a conversation with my oldest daughter about, okay, you got really angry and you hurt your sister. And, okay, how are we going to manage anger? What are we going to do with that? And it was really beautiful time with her. I was really grateful for that. And this book really helped me to see the importance of those conversations. I think the other huge concept that impacted me, now there's a ton of concepts in this book, but the one that made the second one that made the greatest impact on my parenting was this concept of authority. So I am my child's authority and I'm not my child's friend. I know we've all heard that 100 times. We're not our child's friend. But this book really made it clear that not only is it my job to be the authority, keep my child safe, help guide them on the path that they're supposed to be on, but it's actually what the child wants and needs. So these children that are now young adults that they interviewed said, at the time I really hated the fact that I had a curfew, or at the time I really hated the fact that my parents put these rules in place. But as an adult, I'm so grateful and I see the impact that it made. And when you look into child psychology or whatever, it becomes very clear that the kids actually feel safer when they have those rules and those boundaries in place. So although I had heard this concept before, it was beautiful to hear it again because I wasn't fully practicing this concept. And so to step more into that role of an authority in my child's life, I'm still listening to them. I'm still hearing them. I'm getting what's important to them and who they are. But, mommy's the final say. That's made a difference in my, even my peace of mind and my relationship with my kids already. So anyway, Revolutionary Parenting. This was our January book club for If Mom Ain't Happy. For February, we're going to be reading The House That Cleans Itself. Woohoo! Doesn't that sound awesome? Written by a woman who could not keep her house clean to save her life. She hired housekeepers. She did everything she knew to do, and nothing ever worked. Until one day something clicked, and she found a system where her house stayed clean with minimal effort. I've only read the introduction and part of the first chapter, maybe the whole first chapter, but I'm really looking forward to reading that next week. We're going to do a free giveaway on the If Mom Ain't Happy Facebook page of that book. So I will put a link to that in the description below, and hope to see you next month.